Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer and I'm playing Europa Universalis. Now we're still in the first round of the first age, so a long way to go. And in the last video not a lot actually happened. Well, it depends. We've seen Constantinople fall, but in this game, that's not such a big deal. You know, it's nothing you have to roll for, or so. You simply pay 2 military cubes to siege, and if you have then enough troops, you are simply successful. So Constantinople fell, but Byzantium is still in the game. They have Moria, and they have that vassal here, but especially Moria, that is still a city we have to take if we want to conquer Byzantium completely. Here we've beaten the Muslim army of Granada and Gibraltar. The Spaniards did that, and yeah, they're doing their Reconquista, but they still have to besiege the 2 cities here. The French still trying to prepare for the war. They introduced some military reforms which brought some instability to their realm, and they kind of had to deal with that. So yeah, there's not a lot going on with the French this turn, but their goal is to go to war next turn with the English. And as I said, they have to prepare for that. The Poles, they are starting their diplomatic offensive against Brandenburg. Prussia, hoping to... No, that Brandenburg is here. It's actually Prussia. Hoping to gain control over Prussia in a peaceful way, and that's what the human players did. The bots, well, you can see here there's a bit of trouble going on for Turkey with the unrest here. And that's because of England. They sent some spies here, and, well, I guess they started some uprising. What I did is in the last video, I flipped the 2 large cities here. So Edirne and that one here that I'm not even trying to pronounce. But I realized that the player can simply discard the claim, and in this way he can get rid of the 2 unrest. That's something you can do after a battle. If you discard your claim, that's possible to do, or during the peace resolution. So I decided to start unrest in a different area. So we have the unrest in Constantinople because of the siege and of the conquest, but I now did unrest here in northern Anatolia instead. That is probably a bit more painful for the Turks. A viewer also pointed out that I messed something up with the bot. I should have... When the Comet card was triggered, every player gained 1 stability loss. And at that point, because the bots don't have any stability, what I should have done instead is I should have given them unrest, 1 unrest. That would have had quite an impact, because in follow-up turns, the bots drew some cards that would have then allowed them to quell the unrest, but instead they did something different. because they had no unrest. Now I'm not gonna go back here. I'm gonna just, yeah, go on at that point. Otherwise, it's hard to fix now. So let's get on with the next turn, and the Turks are still now trying to conquer Moria and maybe Athena. So they will simply pay a cube and move the army down here, and that will trigger another battle. I was a little bit confused about that first, because technically the troops from these two cities, a couple of turns before, they already helped the army of Constantinople in the battle here in Macedonia. So could make an argument they are basically gone. But the way I read the rules is that this is actually not the case. Because when you enter an area with an NPR and there is no hostile unit yet in this area, hostile to the NPR, then a battle is triggered, and you have to face units equal to the military capacity of that area. Now the thing is, when we entered here and we had to do the battle here, the military capacity was Constantinople and these two areas, because they were adjacent, these two provinces, because they are adjacent to Constantinople. This time, it's only these two. Constantinople is still adjacent, but because it is now controlled by the Turks, it's not controlled, but it's occupied by the Turks, therefore they will not send troops to help the Byzantines anymore. So we have to fight a two-man army, basically, and I'm simply going to do this. And I wonder if I should use my general for that. I don't think so. It's a bit risky. If things go really badly, I have to make sure that two of my units survive. And if things go really badly, this might actually not be the case, although I think it will. It's a tough choice. Do I want to send him into the battle? He might get wounded, and I don't want that to happen. But I'm going to try. Because I have my, if you follow my channel, I got these random personalities. This guy is a pretty aggressive player, and he's taking risks and all that. So I'm going to send him in with the leader. In this case, it should be no problem at all. And yes, we were successful. We managed to defeat the enemy army. So now let's see. Okay, so they did 2 damage, but the leader is fine. So we lose 2 units. And they go here to exhaust it. And that's it. And we get back our cube, because we did a victory here. And that's the action of the Turks. I don't really know what to do with the French. They have only 2 military cubes left that they need for the war next turn, I assume. They have 1 diplomacy cube left. I could do a trade, but I don't see a lot of advantage now there. I might as well keep that cube. And the problem is there's also not a lot of cool stuff going on here. I mean, the plague is painful if it hits me. I might consider taking that. But there's no money, so that kind of sucks. This one here would give me $4. That's pretty good. but it would give me a claim in Naples basically, and that's pretty much all. And that is not something I want necessarily. It's not bad, but I don't know. I'm really not sure what to do here. I think on a 1 to 3 I'm gonna grab the plague just so that I don't get hurt too much. And on a 4 to 6 I'm gonna grab the Neapolitan succession. Okay, so we're gonna take the plague. It's not terribly dangerous at the moment, but I've seen it happen that when I think there were 4 bucks on the plague, and that hit, and the Austrians played it against the French, and that hit the French pretty bad because basically I have 3 of their 4 areas were struck by the plague, and they lost a lot of money and they lost manpower and all. So that wasn't good at all. Okay, and in this way I got the control and I don't risk anything. And the thing is, I lose the 4 bucks now, you could argue, but if I get hit by the plague, I probably lose more than 4 bucks if there is a lot of money on the plague. So I think that might be a solid choice. Place a wound marker in one of your own areas and another wound marker in an area adjacent to it. So that's pretty much what we can do. And then all players must move half of their units in these areas and casualties. Reduce a large city in one of these areas to small. I wonder, my own area. The question is Aquitaine my own area? It's not my core area, but I own provinces there. So that's a little bit tricky. It might be my core area, my own area. I gotta check it. Maybe I find something about that. Okay, so the rules say an area is considered part of a realm if that realm owns provinces of that area. So Aquitaine is an area of France, but also of England. So I can play this card there. Yeah, I think I want to do that. It will cost me a unit, but I think I can also reduce this city then. And adjacent to it. Yeah, I think I want to do that. So let's see. I'm going to take these 2. And I'm going to place one here. And then I'm going to place the other one here to screw with the English. Okay, so I lose 1 unit. And I can reduce this city to small. That makes it a little easier for me to take it. I'm not totally sure this is very clever because obviously if I took it, it will also be only a small city for me. But maybe that is still a good idea. And or maybe not. Nah, I think it makes sense, yeah. And the English will get only half the income for these 4 cities. I mean, on the other hand, I lose also quite a bit. If I place it here in Burgundy, I would only lose this, but then I have to reduce my own city, which I don't really want to do. Yeah, now I'm going to do it like that. Okay, and yeah, that unit goes away to exhaust it. Okay. So, and then we have a cardinal death. So let's see, I'm going to kill an Austrian cardinal. So the Austrians are no longer the uncontested contender of the Curia. These are pirates, the next one. So I can place a pirate, I think, on any trade node. I'm going to check that. I can choose a trade node, but it should be one with a merchant in it. So I think I'm going to choose Alexandria. So we're going to grab a pirate ship here. And what that does is it basically reduces the trade income of that trade node. And to get rid of that, I think you have to actually fight the pirate. Maybe there is an event or something that also allows you to do that. And then we have here the plus token as an illness. It goes here. So let's see, are there any? Yeah, here Simon gets a marker, or Simon. Here, nobody of my guys. Juan dies. Holy crap. Juan II dies. That is not good. So we got to check if the Spanish have someone to replace them. Otherwise they go into an interregnum, and that would be really bad for the Spanish or for the Castilians. Down here, yeah, we have also here on Joanna, we also have an illness marker. So let's see if Castile has a ruler. Nope, they don't. Oh boy, that sucks. That is a problem. So we're gonna take the interregnum card here. You can see terrible values. Yeah, so they may not declare war, may not enter royal marriages, may at any time assign a leader from their hand to a new ruler. And if they don't have a ruler during the end of turn, they will lose a stability. And we have marriages on their realm on the disputed side. Well, there's no marriage there at the moment. But yeah, I mean, that is definitely very, very ugly for these guys. Okay. And then we got to place more money here. So we got now $6 on both of these events. That makes them really attractive. And we draw the next one. And that says revolts. You gain 1 military cube. Choose an area where you have a town without unrest and another area adjacent to it. Add unrest to 2 in each area. One of those towns must be your own. Okay. So the Spanish are in a pretty bad position now without a leader. But yeah, I mean, all they can do is basically they can just stick to the plan. So they're gonna spend 2 cubes, and that allows them to siege these 2 cities here, Gibraltar, Granada. They're automatically successful. So that means we take 2 control markers. Where are these? Here. And then we place 2 cities there, or 2 towns in unrest on top. And that's all. Now, I don't think, oh no, wait a second, that this is actually already successful now. Own all provinces in Andalusia, because technically we don't own them yet, we just occupy them. These occupied markers will be removed during the peace resolution step, and I think this is then when that mission is triggered. And I already can see that one of the rewards here, you may pay 2 military cubes to research tercios. We're not going to be able to do that because we don't have any. So that kind of sucks. But okay. So that's what the Spanish did. And now we come again to the bot. And I don't see any threats to the bot that will keep him from drawing simply a bot card. So I guess that's what we do. Yeah, also here he still has a lot of cubes to spend. So it says convert or focus. Now I'm pretty sure we're not going to convert. I can't check that. But I think we're probably going to grab military technology or military achievement here. But a military milestone, basically. Build to force limit. We'll see. It's exactly as I thought. We're going to do the focus action. He got now 2 markers or 2 cubes in warfare. He's going to score them the warfare milestone. That gives him again 2 new cubes. So I'm going to simply place them back here. And we got to put aside the bot card that is gone for this area, for this H. And he scores this one here, build to force limit. Now, I'm pretty sure he's not going to get that reward. I think this is basically represented by the 2 additional bot cubes. So I'm simply going to place a marker here that he did score that. And that gives him 5 victory points. So that pushes him to 7. Not bad. And that's it, I guess. So it's the Austrians. They also draw a bot card. And that's another focus action. So again, I mean, these guys do a lot of technological stuff here, a lot of milestones. So they push that here, and I'll place that here. The card goes away. And so if I remember that right, that gives them 2 cubes and the exploration milestone, build a trade fleet. Maybe the Turks could have done that. I don't know. So that gives them also 5 points. Oh man, incredible. Okay, yeah, that's it. And we come to the Poles, and they have, let's see what they want to do. They already took an event. Okay, so basically what they want to do is they spend again a cube. I might also consider doing the alliance first. Yeah, I think I want to do that. I'm going to spend 2 cubes to forge an alliance. I can do that by paying half the tax income of the province, which is 4, so 2 cubes are fine. no other player has more influence than I have, and I have two influences what I need as a minimum there. So there we go. We're going to spend the 2 cubes. And I got to be at peace, by the way. If you want to do an alliance, you have to be at peace with the other guy. And both have to be at peace. And that gives me an alliance with Prussia. And that's the first step to vassalize them. And maybe we can still do this in this turn if things go to plan. And back to the Turks. So the Turks, they are considering grabbing the Neapolitan succession. You know, it's not that far away, and having influence there or a claim, they can choose what they want. Sounds interesting. It also gives them $6, which is pretty good. So, you know, maybe I want to do that. The revolts, meh, I don't know. I don't think so. It's not that great. I could wait for another event, but you know, the $6 are pretty good. I think I'm gonna go with that. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna grab the $6 and trigger that event, the Neapolitan succession. Now I could go with Alphon's Last Testament, which basically brings an independent player there, and I gain 2 influence. I don't know. I think I'm gonna do this disputed succession at unrest to all towns and vassals in Naples. That is no effect, but I gain a claim there. And I think that's not bad. So that's basically all that happens. I gain a claim in Naples, and I think I'm going to take that. Now the claims are numbered, so I guess I follow the numbers, although I don't know if that's important. So I'm going to place a claim there, and yeah, maybe that helps. I'm not sure, but it might be useful. Okay, so that's that. The $6 are nice, and I did my event. Now only 2 players didn't, but nobody already passed. And we go to the French, and I think the French will pass. I don't think, oh, we have, of course, I forgot. We gotta place 2 more bucks here. Now this thing has $8, which is crazy. $2 here on the revolts, and we draw the last event of that turn, and that is the Wars of the Roses. So we could add, you add 3 unrest and place 3 rebels in Northumbria, and then there are different options. Crush the rebels. England must exhaust 2 manpower, or add 1 revolt in Wales or Wessex. They then gain 1 military point and 2 victory points. You gain 1 military cube. Or wait the situation. England loses 1 stability and 1 prestige. You gain 1 diplomacy. And that is also a new leader, Edward IV. Okay, so there's a lot going on here. Could have been interesting for the French to take that, to give the English something to do, but, well, the French already took an event, the plague, so therefore that's it. The French will pass, I guess. Yeah, that's what I want to do. The good thing if you pass early is the first player to pass gets $5, and they're also the first to act in the next turn. So yeah, that's simply $5 for the French, and that's it. That's the end of the turn of the round for them. And the Spaniards, well, it's not that much they can do at the moment. I think what I wanted to do is, I got the man of the church. Let me see if I... yeah, I think I want to play that. Oh, I don't have any money. Fuck, I can't do it. Okay, well, that's not gonna happen then. I could do a trade though. You know, I think I want that, because if I can play the man of the church, it doesn't really help that much. It only gives me 1 cardinal. I thought I could be the uncontested controller, but no. It would only give... I could do a trade action anyway. You know, I think I want to. I'm gonna pay one of these, and I'm gonna draw 3 trade cards. Oh, actually, I did not. Wait a second. Wait a minute. I didn't check the cards. No, I don't do that. Instead, I think I'm going to take that event. I mean, that's $8. Yeah, I'm going to take the event. So that's the disputed succession. That gives me $8. So now we have money. And let's see what that says. Pick an independent realm with 1+ marriage on it and flip those marriages to the disputed succession side. Okay, so I think there are only 2. And I'm not even sure if... yeah, we got Portugal and we got Hungarian. Oh, wait a minute, that's not good. No, I'm not going to do that. No, that sucks. I have to either attack that realm that's actually... you know, actually I could do that. I could attack Portugal. Do I want to? That's an interesting question. You know, I don't think I want to do that. I simply... that feels a little bit too risky for me. It's a lot of cash, and it would be super interesting, but I'm not going to go to war against these guys. This is crazy. So, you know, maybe it would be different if I had a good leader, but I don't have that. I don't have good cards, you know, and the Portuguese army, I mean, they're not that bad. I'm not sure if they can call for arms. I don't know that, but they might be bigger than our guys. This thing is probably adjacent, I guess. Madeira. So they probably have an army of 5. I only have an army of 4 people. If we go here, attack Aragon, which is also kind of interesting. We could do a marriage before. I have a royal marriage card, and I could try to attack Aragon, but You know, these kind of things, I don't know, this all seems pretty dangerous to me. So I don't think I want to do that. So I think I'm not going to taking one of these cards yet. The revolts. I'm going to do a trade action. I think that makes more sense. So I spent the diplomacy cube, and I'm going to go for trade action. Let's see, we got wool in the Adriatic. Nope. Kiev, Aleppo. Nope. Iron. Nope. And Dias. Oh man, that was bad. Okay, that's definitely not for us. So that means we get $2, and that's all. That wasn't too hot, but it should be enough to play the man of the church. Yeah, that's exactly $2. Okay, so yeah, that's that. And we go to the bot again, and again we simply draw a bot card, I guess. And it says Papal Curia or Spy. So first he's got to spend 2, and now he's at the point where he actually has spent more than he has left, and that might change things now. And he's got to discard a administration card, and I want to check the Papal Curia again. Okay, so now England is actually the uncontested papal controller, and that was not quite what Spain was hoping for. They wanted to play the card Man of the Church to become that papal controller, the uncontested papal controller for the victory points. Well, but I just realized that would not have happened anyway. I only had a single guy there. Yeah, even if I had played the card, there would be only one Spanish cardinal. So, yeah. Okay, anyway, next it's the Austrians, and we draw a card, and that says diplomacy. Okay, I think that's something we haven't seen yet from the bots. So they has to pay 3 bot cubes, and now we go to the diplomacy action and see what that does. There we go. Big flowchart. Okay, has he an alliance and a marriage on any non-player realm adjacent to the bot? That is not the case. He only has a marriage, but not an alliance with the Hungarians. Does he have an alliance? No, he doesn't. Does he have 2 or more cubes in any non-player realm adjacent to the bot? Yeah, he does have that Bavaria and in Royal Hungary. So we go here, select such an NPR with the highest tax income. Prefer an NPR married to the bot. So that would be then Hungary. Is an alliance possible? I think so. Yeah. Yeah, they're both in peace. Yeah, an alliance would be possible. So that means he simply places an alliance on the target's capital and adds 1 cube if there is space. So we do that, and we place an alliance here with Hungary. Okay, then we continue here, and that's actually already it. Okay. And now it's the Poles again. They have their alliance. So what they do is they simply do another diplomacy action, spend 2 diplomacy cubes and place them here in Prussia. That's it. And we go on to the Turks. The Turks simply spent 2 military cubes to siege Moria and Athena. They do have the manpower, so they can do that. That means we need occupied markers. And it seems that they can now simply annex Byzantium and their vassal. But they have a ton of unrest. That might cause some problems for them. The French have passed. The Spanish. Yeah, I mean, that's... I don't know. I think I'm simply gonna play... I don't know, do I really want to play that thing? I could try to take a... I'm not sure what to do. The revolts. Give me a cube. Well, that would give me at least a military cube and a couple of bucks. Kind of sucks. I don't want the revolts. Let me read that. Choose an area where you have a town without unrest and another at unrest to 2 towns in each area. That really sucks for me. You know, I want at least an area where there is also an enemy town or another player's town. That doesn't help me at all. I definitely don't want that one, and I also don't want that one, because I would lose victory points for that. So basically I have to take this if I don't want to get too much trouble. That's not great for me, but at least I don't get a disadvantage out of that. So I think I'm going to go with that. Yeah, I'm going to grab this one. The Wars of the Roses. And so let's see. It says add 3 unrest and place 3 rebels in Northumbria. Okay, so that means this whole area revolts. And we're going to place 3 rebels there. Okay. There we go. Okay. So now we can choose. And, you know, crush the rebels. The thing is, do I want to give the English more points, or do I want to make them lose something? And I get a diplomacy cube. You know, actually I feel like I want to do the last. Await situation. England loses 1 stability, and that means they will lose another unrest. So I guess they can choose here. So I'm going to go... I'm not going to... Maybe not. I don't know, man. Yeah, let them choose. So I'm gonna go with one of these small cities, possibly Pale. I don't know. Let's see what. Maybe there is a rule for that. The bot would choose a province with the lowest possible tax value. And he goes in alphabetical order usually. So actually I think he will take it here. I'm not sure if that is great for them, but well, I'm going to do that. And so yeah, then they lose a prestige point. And the Spanish player gets a diplomacy cube. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now we have Edward here, but he will not come into play because, well, the bot player doesn't have a leader. I might consider bringing him into play if that should change and he has a leader. Maybe then I'm going to bring Edward into play a little later. I might, actually I might track his life expectancy and if he dies, just in case, the bot will be replaced in a later age by a human player. I'm going to see if Edward will be still alive or not. So yeah. Okay, that's that, and then we're gonna place additional money here. Now, I mean, that's ridiculous. We got here that's two. Yeah, we got $10 here, which is crazy, and $4 here. Okay, so that's that. That was the Spanish player. What's that? Yeah, that was the Spanish player. And now it's the English bot. And now it's getting interesting because now I think the bot is under attack. So now I'm pretty sure he's not going to simply draw an event anymore or a bot card anymore. So let's see, we go here. Yeah, he's under attack by rebels. So we got to go to defend and we got to spend a cube to do so. And that is the defend action. Is there any area with invaders? Ha, what does that mean? I assume that these rebels are invaders. I'm not sure, but I think so. I mean, they are in his core province. I think that applies. He has 2 cubes left, but he has not an army in an area where it can siege provinces. That's a little odd. I'm not sure what that means. I wasn't sure if it is about an enemy army or his own. I think it is his own area. There is no army of his on the board. So we go here. Is his army twice the invading force? That's not the case. He only has 2 units in his army. Has he 2 cubes left and more manpower? Yes, he does. Spend 2 cubes to recruit, in this case, 9 units. So that's what we do. So basically he recruits everything he has. There we go. And there is actually there are enhanced rules for bots. So that makes it a little hard. Oh man. It says, oh boy, it's getting a little more complicated now. The thing is, usually his manpower reserve is never exhausted. I think that is a little bit too crazy. And there is a rule, an official rule, to change that. And it says each bot has access to 3 mercenaries that are not available to the human player. The bot, when doing a recruit action, will always recruit those 3 mercenaries first. Okay, so he will recruit the 3 mercenaries. And the mercenaries are these here. I don't think if all that makes a big difference in that small battle, but it will make a difference later in the battle between France and England. Okay. So that's that. Okay. So that was the recruit action. I'm not going to do the other enhanced rules. This is getting a little bit too confusing. I want to stick to the flow charts and all that. I'm a little bit used to this now. I don't want to start something new, but I think this is actually a good idea. Okay, so let's continue here. Oh boy, where are we? We did that. So now we are much bigger. Is the army on the map? No. So it goes here, it goes here, goes here, it goes here. Is there an area with bot cities where an army would not trigger a battle? Yes, that's the case, I think. Place an army in the own area without hostile units. Check for MAC. Okay, MAC is again a military capacity. There is enough if we go here. That is for the bot, as long as I know. If you are connected to your capital, there are special rules for that. The military capacity works different compared to the military capacity for the players. So in this specific situation, there is an unlimited military capacity if a bot is connected to his capital. So we can simply take an army and place it here. And that's it. He just recruited his army now. I think that's all that happened, if I'm not mistaken. Just let me go quickly back. Place an army here. Prefer the higher with the highest tax value. What? Yeah, I think I did that right. Okay, so that should be it, I guess. I'm not sure, but I guess. So now, that was his action. We come to the Austria player. He is not under attack, so he simply draws a bot card. And that is, again, diplomacy. So he spends 2 more cubes. 6, that's 5, yeah, okay. So he spends 2 cubes and discards a diplomacy card, and we see another diplomacy action by the bot. Okay. And now this first thing applies. He has an alliance and a marriage adjacent to a bot. Does he have a higher tax income than the non-player realm? Let's check that. He has a tax income of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. I think he has a tax income of 9. The player realm, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, I think the answer is yes. Has the influence greater than the non-player realm's tax income plus opponent's influence in non-player realm areas? No. No, overall he's got 5 and the other guy has 8. So he doesn't. Select such an NPR with the highest tax income. That would be Hungary. Is there any free space in the target areas? Yes. Add 2 influence. We got a footnote here. He didn't research any diplomatic ideas. So we add 2 influence in the target areas. Prefer target's capital. So let's do that. We have, oh god, so we can actually place them both here. Okay. Okay, so now we check if there is an alliance possible, and the answer is no, because we already have an alliance. Can he enter a royal marriage? That's a good question, actually. No, because we are already married. Add 2 in areas where there no influence has been placed with her. What? Are you kidding me? Okay, I don't think in every area. I think we just simply add an additional 2. So I guess we place 1 here and maybe 2 here, right? Targets areas, then adjacent to bot. What? I'm not sure what that means. Prefer targets areas. Yeah, I think, wait a second, is that Hungary? Not really. I think we should place them here. Yeah, I think that's, it says adjacent to bot, targets areas. So now we have definitely enough. Is he at peace and does he have 6 cubes left? No, that's not the case. So that's it. We end the turn. Yeah, I think that's it. That was a little weird. I hope I didn't mess this up. Wait a second. I might have made a mistake. I think actually the bot could have entered a royal marriage. Just not... Yeah, that's the thing. Just not with these guys. I got to go through this whole thing again. This is a little bit tricky now. Okay, so here things are getting a little bit tricky, a little bit vague. It says add 2 in the target's area, and then it asks if an alliance is possible. Now, I assume he's talking about an alliance with that specific target. And if that's not possible because they are already allied, they ask if they can enter a royal marriage. And again, I assume they're talking about that specific target. Because here it talks about the target's area. So I think we continue down here. And then we end up here. Prefer targets areas, then adjacent to bot. We go here. And then we go here. Yeah, I think we did that right. It's not quite easy, but now there's a ton of influence in here, and if we do another diplomacy action, we're going to be able to vassalize Hungary. So I think it was right. I think what the bot did was a reasonable action, basically. And now it's the Poles. And they will do now a vassalize action. They have a subjugate card. And it says discard cubes from a target NPR or vassal equal to the target's base tax plus any opponent's cube in the target's realm to vassalize your ally or annex your vassal. Okay, that requires both realms are at peace, and with no royal marriage, your base tax is twice the target's base tax. So I got base tax income of 9. These guys have 4. So it is twice the value. I remove 4 cubes. That's exactly their tax income. I hope I didn't forget anything, but it doesn't look like that. So yeah. I just want to make sure. I don't know. I mean, maybe the Prussians have something back here. I know that happened much later, but I don't think so, to be honest. I think we should be fine with the 4 here. So yeah, we remove the 4 cubes. And that... I have to pay another cube for the subjugate action, which is my last one, to be able to play the card. And that's it. We did it. We vassalized these guys, Prussia, and I think the alliance is removed. I got to check that, but I'm pretty sure about that because now they are our vassals. That was actually right. So we removed the alliance. Prussia is now vassalized. Also Warsaw and Moldavia. Not all Moldavia though, just this. I don't know what that is, to be honest. This, yeah. So this is removed, and I wonder if we did that now. We might actually defeat the knights. Own or vassalize 3+ provinces in Prussia. Yeah, we did that. Okay. So that gives us 3 victory points. Pretty awesome. The first victory points for a player. And it says, effect, gain 2 galleys in the Baltic Sea and a claim in an area adjacent to it, or pay 3 military influence to research noble knights. Well, we cannot do that. We don't have the military power to do that. So, a military power, not military cubes, not military influence. So we're going to grab 2 galleys. That's a little odd. I think these are galleys. Galleys cannot be placed on the board just like this would be light ships otherwise. So that means we have to create a fleet. They can only exist within a fleet. So we have now a fleet in the Baltic Sea. And yeah, we got 2 galleys there. Nice. And then we can place a claim somewhere. Somewhere adjacent. Well, I don't want to fuck with the empire, so I guess I'm gonna place a claim in Estonia and Livonia, and I might consider going to war with these guys at some point. So there we go. Okay, so we did that. That's very good. Now we're not allowed to choose a follow-up mission right away. We can only do this at the start of the next turn. But hey, that's something. So I wanted to bring this round to an end. I think I'm not going to be able to do that. There is not that much more to do. Pretty much, I mean, maybe I can. I don't know. I mean, the Spaniards still have a couple of cubes. But I'm not sure if they're going to spend them. I don't know what they're going to do with them. They did the Reconquista. Do they have... They still have the man of the church. So that's something they could do. I don't know. I don't know. I wonder if I should load this up right now, and you know, I think I want to. I'm gonna load this up and then finish the turn tomorrow. There's still a lot to do, especially if we do it for the first time. We can go together through the end of turn resolution and all these things. Yeah, I think it makes sense. Keep these things a little shorter. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, hope to see you on the next video. Bye.